fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy and we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and I resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What we gonna eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. Covid money, miss away in the yellow rat you. Use the youth, the money, waste for most of the statue. Say we like a catch you, but we got in a figure you. Take the spit of money, girl, and say that is not you. One day the man above end up in my gutter. Too much it in the kitchen, some of my like a pat too. My singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300%
It burn me.
Garbage pile of the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me.
I see corruption face.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and I resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
Come me say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The already promises, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, they rap and they down in our fever. Member bold money and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start that thief when them sell.
It burn me.
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the sun man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
Or them a treat soldier man.
It burn me.
How them a treat everyone.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again.
Global TV send another one. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, Global TV, I send them home. Yeah, man, this is Michael Buckley. I tell you, say, yo, the Global TV, yeah, man, we represent that 100%. Play the music, Global. Boom, shot.
Good evening, and welcome to you all.
Steve Smith's mother recounting the ordeal of spending
Good evening to you all. Thank you for joining us and welcome to the Global Television Group. It is your program, The People's Point of View. This evening we're broadcasting on YouTube, Facebook, and of course on TikTok. Thank you very much and welcome. I don't understand we're going over TikTok because my graphics is not up. I'm trying to put it up, but it's not. I don't know. I think it might be now. Hold on to me, people. Sorry about that. Hold on there. Some malfunctioning. Go on, yeah. I don't know. But anyway, let me. Sorry that my
was at Asban store in a football match.
Yes. Good evening and welcome. Thank you for joining us. We have a few issues to get through this evening. TikTok irritate me. Bear with. Hold on. TikTok is irritating the demons out of me. But never mind, we'll get there. Anyway, leave that. Yes, good evening and welcome. Thank you all for joining us, to my community of party and all my family members. platform moderators, membership holders, via subscribers, commenters, and trolls. Good evening. Debbie Jarvis TV, Beat and Teach, Real Sweet, Violet Watson, Sharon Bernard, Marcia Thomas, Nan Miles, Willie Don, Deb, Don Mel, Miranda Rada, Canadian Gal, Bros, Karen Namard, Echo, Sandra Ellis, Ladybug, Agent Sajaba 5. Good evening, all, and welcome. Thank you all for joining us. Cousin Candies on TikTok. How are you? Can you hear me? I trust people can hear me on TikTok because my graphics is playing up and it's not showing up over there for tonight. But we're now going to make TikTok get the better side of me because we have a few things to get through tonight. We really have a few things to get through, and we're going to move our way through our broadcast slide. Christine Gilbert, how are you? Good evening, all, and welcome. I have appointed a few more moderators to Global Television Group. I'll switch it up and swatch it up as I go along. But please, I must announce to my moderators, on a nose, me very lippy, and me don't mind when people come and say what they want to say. Me don't mind when they come and say what they want to say because I can get into a lip service with them. I need to alter the advert on the monetization. 1 second. That's not, and I'll get it very aggressively. I've appointed a few more moderators. Moderators on all know some very lippy. And me don't afraid to take on any stash millie will come over here with them argument and them confusion. Like the pilot this morning will come tell we say, oh, I drive a 360 Airbus and all of that. Never even know say me I'm passenger. You see. So when you see them come, ask them questions, start getting into conversation with them. Because if we block them, they may go think say we're afraid to get into a debate with them. So whenever time you see anybody come and them have them hissy fit or whatever, get into a debate with them because you know, say me always I look in at the comments, so me will notice when them pop up. Whether them a Airbus pilot, them a doctor, them a nurse, or anything they want to be. Make them come. Make them come, because we have mouth just like them. We fly a plane just like them. We read a book just like them. So I don't know why them are frightened. We say, oh, we fly a bus. You know why I went off the handle on Chris Davis this morning? Chris Davis is always over here. But you see, anytime I call Mark Golden and Peter Bunting name, Chris Davis go off in a walla on the comment on them. Me not trouble him, me leave him free speech. Chris Davis, who followed me, know that I go off on a tangent on both Labour and PNP. I don't treat none special. Willie Don, how are you? So when he come this morning and come call me propagandist, Candice. It was a targeted thing that JLP supporters do to try to shut down people because they cannot debate the truth or facts. And we must not allow them to get away with it. We must educate them. Make them know, say, although Jamal popped down, we still here. And we will educate them. Tap up the screen over TikTok, please. Tap up the screen and hit the like button on whichever channel you are on. Thank you very much for watching. Nigerians would say, "Simisi trouble." Simisi trouble. Or Jamaica Prime Minister is not afraid of just saying it, just promising it, but it get rocky and it get shady. It really is getting rocky and it is getting shady. We're going to march through with slide. Tash, how are you? We're going to march through with slide and we're going to talk about the issue them one we're bother with. You know, look like them about the PNP, but them about me. And I want to say to the People's National Party and the People's National Party supporters, does anyone know who is the spokesperson on Ministry of Labor and Social Security? Let me know who is the spokesman on the PNP side of it, because I want to ask them a few questions tonight. And I want to say to the People's National Party supporter, opposition means concerned with the issue that the people are concerned with. Waverly Hines, thank you. Have anyone heard anything from Waverly Hines with regards to the workers of Royalton that is protesting? Anyone hear anything from Waverly Hines? I haven't seen anything. And Jamaica people need to be educated about their rights as well. Ivan Riley, how are you? Jamaica people need to be educated about their rights. Who what did you say, Christine? He said something about the issue. Jamaican people need to be educated about their rights and who to contact when them have certain issues. No, we're going to march through a slide. Peter Bunting. Everybody knows them, not with Peter Bunting, because Peter Bunting is a Machiavellian narcissist just like Andrew Holness. Andrew Holness cannot be trusted. Don't trust Peter Bunting at all. But I'm not so sure. I disagree. I agree with the Press Association of Jamaica. And I tell you why. Rebel with a cause. I tell you why I don't think I agree. What Peter Bunting is meant to have said, it is that some media group who are favorable to the government, hold on, let me find the exact quote, who are favorable to the government, hold on there. Peter Bunting, member of the People's National Party, suggests that success in contingents upon working at a friendly media house aligned to the government. In that particular Young DT world, with that particular comment from Peter Bunting, as much as I don't agree with Peter Bunting, in much or anything at all. I'm not sure I disagree with this comment, Press Association. You know why I don't think I disagree? Look at the relationship between Overcliff Hughes and this current government. That is why I don't think I disagree with Peter Bunting on this matter. Because even in the leak the leaks are even favorable to Nationwide. I mean, you just got to open your eyes and ears to see that there is a relationship, a particular relationship between Nationwide and the government. I mean, I don't know where I hide. I know something where Peter Bunting make up. Hello, I'm not defending Peter Bunting here at all. Not defending Peter Bunting. But I think that was just speaking facts. People from Overcliff Hughes end up in a Senate. People from Overcliff Hughes move up in the police ranks just to sit down on radio and talk bagarants. I don't think Peter Bunting is any much too wrong on what he said on that particular matter. I really don't think so. So the jumping about and the hooting and tooting, it's really not going to frighten much of us. It really will not. Because we understand what this government is doing. We also understand that relationship between the government and Nationwide News in particular. We're not afraid to call Nationwide name because we've seen it. We've seen that relationship display in front of our face. We see the promotions that come from the government to people over Nationwide. We see when the government a leak a Nationwide, them tell first. There's that relationship there, Michael Nipper. There is that relationship there. So I'm not sure Peter Bunting, this is a rhetoric or unhelpful comment from Peter Bunting. I just think it's the truth. Based on what we know and what we see with Nationwide and the government, I mean, no, I'm not defending Peter Bunting, but that's just the natural observance of everybody. Ivan Riley, how are you? It's just what we observe. It's not like people make it up and it don't go so. It's just the truth. It is just the truth. So no could Tanadot and Walla, if people want to come take on up a soil go. But we want to focus on Press Association of Jamaica. Me know so on enforce equality amongst the attackers. But when you have an MP charging the attack on the Gleaner group and tell him entire party, I dare one honor to step out of this pig pen and hold me back. Larkland. I dare one of you to step out of this pig pen and hold me back. And nobody to date since Everett Warmington said this. Since Everett Warmington threatened him team, said, I'm going off on a limb on the Gleaner, as and when the Gleaner and the RJR group, as and when I choose. And I dare any one of you in the Labour Party hierarchy to speak against me, to challenge me in public. These are greater concern because what Edward Warmington is doing is setting up the Gleaner and their staff to command the attack across the country. Those are things that we should be more concerned with, rather than people talking the truth. Say, the government and nationwide have a very, very friendly relationship for a media house. It's very obvious. And I make people make it up, Keith Salman, Miranda Raddock. It is seen by every and anybody. It is seen by every and anybody. So I don't want to go on like say a make up sin thing. It's obvious that the government and nationwide have a particular relationship. It's not hard to see. It is really not hard to see. Next on our slide, who is next up here? The People's National Party say, they telling us, say, the money what the government has planned to spend at the moment on Negril Airport, they must rethink it because it would better. I don't think Jamaica need a fourth airport either. Plus, I'm sure the other day I heard the government talking about building a new terminal at Montego Bay Airport. I me get that wrong, or the government, sister Delphi Campbell. I me get that wrong, or the government a plan to build another terminal at Montego Bay, while at the same time the government is talking about an airport in Negril. We don't need, I don't think the country need another airport. The country need proper roadways so when we land an airport, we can get to and fro across the country in good time. And that we need. And I tend to agree with the People's National Party on this as well, that it's a more wiser approach to upgrading the road networks across the country. We have 3 airports already. Okay, if you're going to upgrade Montego Bay Airport with another terminal, why put an airport so closely at Negril? Does it make sense? No, tell me, my people, if you're going to upgrade Montego Bay, because if you put another terminal at Montego Bay, it means the capacity of flights and people where you deal with, you're going to have more capacity. You also have the one up yonder there, so what them use in them narcotics shipment, where the one named Ian Fleming. The country don't need another airport. 3 airports is enough for our country. Fix up the road them. That's when we get into the country. We can move across the country with ample time. And what about, better yet, a train network service across the country, a rail service, a national rail service? Don't you think the country, Prime Minister, would stand to benefit from a national rail system across the country, moving people across the country to and fro, easing up the traffic on the road, probably save more accident on the road because people will up to travel at a higher and a cheaper speed and leave them car at home, Prime Minister. Have you ever think about that? A national rail system is an infrastructure, Prime Minister, that will drive productivity across the country because people in a western and northern Jamaica can take a job in Kingston, and people in Kingston can take a job in western Jamaica because you just have an hour on the train to go work a morning time. Think about what's beneficial for the country. What drives productivity, Prime Minister? We don't need another airport. We need a national rail infrastructure that can move people, goods, and cargo across the country. That will free up our roadways. That would possibly lessen accident on our road because you will have less people driving if it is cheaper and faster to take a train to work or take a train from Kingston to Montego Bay or from Ochi to Kingston. Have you thought of a national network? A national rail service? I would thought the country would stand to benefit much more from a national rail service. Well, you know what, be the first coming notice Jamaica is fetish about we are the first in the Caribbean to do gibberish. We're not just fetish about we are the first. But what does that we are the first entails? And does it benefit the people of Jamaica? Wanna know come with the we are the first? Let's chat along on our slide. Let us chat along on our slide. Let me reiterate, since a couple people who I've appointed moderator turn up since I've made the announcement. Those who I've appointed as moderator, please know if over here we don't like to block anyone. We like to educate them. Keep them in the know. If they're not overly disrespectful, our job is to debate with them, ask them questions, let them explain themselves. Rather them want to tell us them fly Airbus 360 or them car whip and plane and all them something there. Our job is to debate with them and educate them. For real, good afternoon. Rail service from Moran to Negril Pine. Yes, for real, that's what needs to happen. We need a proper working rail service across the country. If people have that capacity to travel across the country with ample time and at a cheaper rate, real sweet, only people would leave them car at home and take a train which is cheaper and quicker to make it across the island. Lessen up the road, the traffic on the road. Probably we avoid few more accident and them galang in there. So we need a government that can think about what drives productivity, what infrastructure mechanism we need in place that drives productivity, because so far this year government and Nigel Clark with the umpiskumsigalangin, we're getting just raw deal from Nigel Clark. Hey, See, we reach Bangaronius, yeah, so we are the first. Jamaica take giant step to build nuclear industry with the help of can another. Jamaica has made a giant leap towards becoming the first Caribbean country to introduce nuclear power in the energy mix, ending decade of talks about the move with signing of a memorandum of understanding with can another nuclear laboratory and the atomic agency of can another limited to achieve its aim. The goal is to use the technology to generate clean electricity while fostering economic growth and improvement in energy security. Hey, boy, murder. Hello, sir. There's clean energy, water don't have to charge with her. But why una gone nuclear? Because nuclear now go free up the people. Which part una go dump on a nuclear waste? When una can another, because I say can another buy batty from over there, you know. Remember, can another buy batty from the Jamaica government where there. Even though we not talk about it, we know something sell batty to Canada. Now we hear say Canada I go help with nuclear reactor for electricity and also. Do we need nuclear energy? I mean, when sun shine in a night in a Jamaica, sun shine a night. Jamaica have rivers and waterfalls to no end. Do you know that solar energy and hydro energy are clean energy as well, Mr. Clean? Why are we going the nuclear route? Can we even afford that expensive debacle of setting up nuclear every, sir? We don't need them something there. Sun shine in a night at Jamaica. Where we have in a Jamaica for dump nuclear waste, ask yourself the question. Where Jamaica have, is any chance? No, I'm not ready for LA Lewis agency. LA Lewis! Wagwan, me see your head between leg with Diddy Isle rubbing on your head, LA Lewis. Wagwan, Evelyn, Maroon. Hey, what you been at? Evelyn, what you call him? The king of what's it around and Prince Charles, some of them face down and baby Isle in them head. All right, LA, where are you? Agents with another problem. No. Back to the nonsense. Sunshine at night. River flow a day. Hydroelectricity is clean energy. Solar energy is clean energy. All right, so wind turbine no good for the bird, them and the this, them and the that, them and the that. Britain. Drive around Britain. If you go on certain train in this country, especially if you're using the Chiltern Railway, if you're using Chilterns, you will pass miles and miles of solar panel farm in Britain. You will pass acres and acres of wind farm, if wind turbine farm in Britain. Breeze blow ya, but sun no shine ya. Hey, Mr. Breeze blow a Britain, but sun no shine ya. But Britain, in a fridge where we live, yeah, so Britain have solar panel farm. You see, just like you would go and call a little farmer, yeah, look as far as the eye can see. A Kalalu, yeah, see? This is how solar panel farms are in Britain. Me see them with me eye. And no ask me ask, and no somebody me here with it. I've seen it with my eyes. And Jamaica go nuclear. Jamaica, you know how much money it take to set up the whole of these nuclear debacle? It would have saved with an arm, a leg, and we head if we go solar. Because the people of our country aren't engaged enough. So government and him friend them can just rock up, roll over we, until we all sort of idiotness that we cannot afford, idiotness that doesn't benefit us in the long or short term, but idiotness that this government will advance on us. Total idiotness that our government will advance. What Jamaica do with nuclear? Which part Jamaica have to dump nuclear waste? What do you want to do? What do you want to bring cancer closer to it? Make the same thing turn way there. Nuclear for people when they have sun. Them pies now for ocean with everything already. We can't take no more poisoning amongst us. God gave us the best that there is, the sun. Sunshine in the night at Jamaica. Jamaica can do solar panel farm and sell power to the rest of the world because we will have too much of it. Why the purse of Jamaica ought to be pressured on this expensive killer whale? Can Jamaica, in its hurricane zone and its earthquake zone, withstood a nuclear disaster? Jamaica is in your backyard. Can Jamaica withstood with its hurricane prone and earthquake prone a nuclear disaster? We don't have health care to deal with any of these disasters in a Jamaica. So we should stay far from where we can't deal with at all. Nuclear enough for we. God gave us sun. God gave us river and waterfall. Why we leader them don't want to use them cheaper method there? So we, the people, can stop paying the extortionate bill, because the clean energy nuclear no means so we now go pay to somebody who provide the nuclear to we. But if we have a solar panels scheme across the country where the government give people a loan to set up solar panel and you pay back that loan over time, the bloody people save more money in them pocket because you don't have that extortionate energy bill where dirty JPS, Darrell Vaz and them friend them all on them and take for every month, which makes sense. Them even are going to go more money out on a pocket to create them nuclear havoc. Jamaica don't need nuclear power. We already have nuclear power from the sun. We just need to tap into that clean nuclear that we get from the sun. You are all the same ones what talk about climate change, but yet still, when you say the nuclear is clean energy, but the nuclear debris and rubble won't fit that way, it still poison the environment. Make it make sense, oh. As Nigerian would say, see me see trouble, oh. See me see trouble. This is not where we should be going. This is not where we ought to be going. We certainly don't need to get involved in the whole nuclear debacle. we have cheaper things to deal with. And this is what the people of Jamaica must wake up and tell them government. Say, no, we're not getting at these debacle. We can do it cheaper. I mean, God gave us the sun, sunshine and night. God gave us wind. God gave us water. Why should we be getting involved in nuclear, which is so damaging for the environment and for people's health? Jamaica people, wake up to these people pushing foreign agendas, Panwe. Wake up to people pushing foreign agendas, Panwe, we don't understand. And don't understand, say, them a go chick we and tell we say nuclear give we clean air. But what about the waste though? Okay, nuclear energy is clean energy. How do you deal with the nuclear waste, which is devastating to human health and the environment? Does that make sense? What if you tap into the resources of the sun, the resources of our great waterways? That is cleaner all round, cheaper too. But no, we don't want to continue to milk us. We don't want to continue for no friend them continue to enrich themselves off of us. So now go come with nuclear. Jamaica people, you must reject this. We must come together and know how to reject things and make a government. Hey, gather them, gather them, gather them. Prime Minister Andrew Holness said his government has engaged an international consulting firm to lead strategic initiative to modernize and reposition Jamaica global image. Hey! What an insult. What? How much I know see this as an insult? Come, talk quick before I go off the handles. I can look at the like and share. 114 on 166 like. Okay, like another one like. The Cash App, the Zelle, not the Cash App, the Zelle and the PayPal is pinned in the top of the chat. If you don't want to show your appreciation by hitting the like button, you can also hit Zelle or PayPal. All right? Because we're not sitting down here for waste time and idle. But ask yourself, which one I don't think this is a shame? This is an insult. Which one I don't think this is an insult where the Prime Minister say, Johnny Wagwan, all of we out here so done. So me have to ask foreign people for just we can't even call the name. Strategically or whatever the word is, because the word tie up my tongue. Rebrand and reposition Jamaica. Andrew Holness. We and you, who you think mash up Jamaica image more? I mean, we have the first Prime Minister with care and integrity body to court. We have a Prime Minister without the court doorway for the first time, a wall of hold on and hide stolen goods. Foreign people become fix. How them are going to fix Jamaica? How, when you mean them are going to reposition Jamaica, what you mean reposition it to match up with Haiti and Cuba? But you can match it up to Cuba because Cuba have good education and good health care, regardless of the economic sanction and embargo that Cuba been under for 6-7 decades. Them still manage to outweigh us in education. I mean, rebranding and repositioning. modernize. So wholeness is telling us for the 8 years, him a run a backward country. Hmm? Because the country where wholeness are run, it's not modernized. And it's not the Jamaica that it used to be. So wholeness want to reposition it to fix it back like Jamaica. Remember, this is the first prime minister to take a case to the court to strike out corruption legislation. This is also the first prime minister in the Caribbean to draw his wife behind him in the legislature. This is the first prime minister to ever put his wife in a cabinet. This is the first prime minister to ever use his wife to lead the legislature. This is the first prime minister who has used his wife to overshadow the constituency development fund. This is the first prime minister that have used his wife to stifle debate in our parliament. I mean, we could go on and talk about a lot of firsts and a lot of things, Andrew Holness. But I mean, repositioning Jamaica, modernizing Jamaica's global image. I mean, Andrew Holness, have you seen Jamaica's image since you take hold of it? Have you seen Jamaica image since you take hold of it, Andrew Holness? A prime minister whose statutory declaration cannot still be verified. How do you think an image like that, prime minister, affects the country? A prime minister that is embroiled in the SSL scandal that stole millions from Bolt and other investors. What do you think, prime minister, that does to the image of our country? I wonder if for them something, I wonder if you're repositioning Jamaica from where you have taken it in the last 8 years, prime minister. Because this man enjoy talking out of him where end. Andrew Holness enjoy speaking out of him rear end. 16% plan to vote for UIC, say latest poll. Joseph Patterson, you keep sending me your notification. If I go off on a backside limp on you tonight, Joseph Patterson. If Global TV, Joseph Patterson, we don't reach other slide there yet. If Global TV go off on a limb on you tonight, because I don't know out of you and Mark Golden who lazy, but you 10 times lazier than Mark Golden, because Mark Golden will come out of the chair. But you stuck to a chair, Joseph Patterson. Don't make me go off on a limb on you tonight. Because you want the people them to vote. But you sit down in the chair and expect the people them to come in the chair, come rub your jaw. Come rub your jaw, Joseph Patterson. Don't make me go off on a limb on you tonight, UIC. Really don't make me go off on a limb on you. So the Prime Minister say, hey, the way we drink coconut, I do so drink. We have to drink it good, feel look good for put Jamaica in a good light. Drinking coconut will make Jamaica look better, Prime Minister. We have to drink coconut. For sure them say drinking coconut in Jamaica make Jamaica look better. Jamaica coconut. drinking coconut in Jamaica. Hello, welcome to the Jamaica Tourist Board. Welcome to Jamaica, Brand Jamaica. In Jamaica, where we drink coconut at stall. Oh, how glorification that looks to see us standing on the roadside as thieves and hierarchies and official drinking coconut water from the stall. I mean, rebranding our country, modernizing our country. The Prime Minister is telling you that we come find the country in the dark. The country still in the dark, and nobody not there to help me enlighten the country. So, me have to go consult with some foreign people, and then the foreign people them are gonna say, "All right, Prime Minister, this is how you rebrand Jamaica for it to look acceptable in the international scene. Batty eyes up Jamaica, Chani eyes up Jamaica, Prime Minister. Cause ongo them rebranding they left to the batty eyes and Chani eyes way up. You're even going deeper in bed with the devil who by batty find you where they if you come offer with poisoning, Prime Minister. Make it make sense, Andrew Holness, and your crimes. Make it make sense. How did we get down the nuclear route? What do we have to benefit from nuclear? We have a lot more to benefit from solar and hydro energy. Don't you think, Prime Minister? If you're anything not to as dunce as I am. Because on a whole on know say me drop out of basic school. And if me drop out of basic school, God help me. But Prime Minister, you act worse than me. We drop out of school, a basic school. Me drop out of basic school. And me I do better than you when it come to understanding. Me don't know how it works, Prime Minister. I don't know how you work that out. Hey. Call the people of Jamaica. I could tell them how certain things figure. Ralton Negril General Manager suspended after workers' strike. Then you have the lollipop man walk up to the high-level meeting between the Jamaica Tourist Board team and Ralton over the Heroes Day protests. So after the high-level meeting with EDMUND Bartlett, the Tourist Board and Ralton, the general manager for Oopsie Daisy, have been suspended. Now, let me say this to you, workers of the tourism sector. Directing your furor at EDMUND Bartlett, it's quite much the wrong devil you're pointing to. Of course, he can be a part of these high-level talks, but the devil of your target here is the bald-headed crook, that which controls the pigpen push broom this evening. And we're talking about no other than Pernell Charles Jr., who looks after this evening's pigpen. Minister of Labor and Social Security. Why it's Pernell Charles area? You are disgruntled about pay and working conditions. Those issues, ministerial concerns, are for the Ministry of Labor and Social Security. That is who you ought to be directing your anger to. That is the person that must come and sit down and talk to you. If it is that una get lower than what the government minimum wage say, or not think you should get a living wage. Even if Edmund Bartlett and his team is a part of that high level meeting, the person who is responsible for these areas of employment, pay, and rights is the Pigpen caretaker, Pernell Charles Jr. So the time with Pernell Charles Jr. rolling a dot with the Integrity Commission, and we don't know if one of the 7 to come is Pernell Charles. What Pernell Charles ought to be doing is looking after the welfare of Jamaicans across the country who is working for peanut trash. Because we not even get the peanut for eating, and the source of trash them and give it. Them take out the peanut and give with the peanut trash. And me, we can boil the peanut trash and Trent with nerve. But we still need to eat some peanut to get some protein or something from the peanut. But what they continue to give us is peanut. And be careful when you call Edmund Bartlett. Remember, say Edmund Bartlett smile while he might destroy things. Remember how Edmund Bartlett attacked certain places of the tourist industry, like the Blue Lagoon, like what you call the other one down a Wowo yonder there, so down a White River where them a do them galanging and which part them have them rafting. Remember Edmund Bartlett, smile. No, not Labour and National Security, Labour and Social Security. Labour and Social Security, they are the ones who are responsible for employment issues. Then you have National Security, who is responsible for security, immigration, and all that. Then you have Minister of Labour and Trade, Ministry of Trade, and Galang, the way them deal with the overseas issues. So Pernell Charles is the one. Yeah, that's okay, Echo. Pernell Charles is the one who want to direct on frustration at. Pernell Charles need to bring legislation to Parliament to allow Jamaica people to have proper working rights. So employer, especially in the tourism sector, stop abuse the people in poverty, wage, and slave labor. A Pernell Charles will bring them type of legislation they forward. A Pernell Charles will lobby for in a government and them something. They are them something they will pay Pernell Charles for. Xavier Main in the chair. Have anybody heard anything from not Xavier Main, Waverly Hines? Have anybody heard anything from Waverly Hines about this issue? Have anybody heard anything from Waverly Hines about this issue? Because this is what we pay Waverly Hines for, is to speak up on our behalf on issues like this in Parliament and in public. Anybody hear from him which party in there? Him on phone when he can talk to social media, or him can put himself on camera and talk. This is what opposition mean, PNP. Opposition don't mean sit down and wait for Andrew have a calamity. Andrew calamity don't must come. Andrew have enough money can buy his way out of a calamity. Andrew have enough money can buy the country's vote. We know how it go. What you need to do, PNP, what you need to do is continue to educate and mobilize the people. Mobilizing the people when you are in a position is one of the most effective politics, Mark Golden. Mark Golden, mobilizing the people, getting the people aware and latched to the daily concerns of this government corruption. is a big vote winner. But I don't see the PNP is really stepping up to the crime coming from Andrew Holness. Andrew Holness is just allowed to just ram raid. Oh, you said him address it. Sorry about that. Wave the hands. Me never see it. Then you come give me if you get a hold of it. Beat and teach Byron Jones. Rennie Nicholson, how are you? Well, if him adjust it, sorry, hold on. Sorry about that. TikTok always send me one image when me feel fix. After or if I continue my life, me don't understand what I mean. I hope somebody can explain what that mean to me. Cause I don't know say me TikTok done. But having said that, I see my color, how you do? The PNP are not a robust opposition. I rewatched that sitting with the IC when you analyze that man, Pernell Charles. He is a stick, a street blank. No matter how Justice Panther tried to guide him, the man was insisting on garbage. Listen, Pernell Charles is a bucket of hot cellulose. Every time Pernell Charles talk, it coming like a shit in my shit. Literally. The youth just irritating. The youth is just irritating even to listen to. Because Pernell Charles, it looked like Pernell Charles a rub competition with Everard Warmington over the push broom for the ag pen. So, me notice him a try outdo Everard Warmington forget the push broom. But Pernell Charles, a long time Edward Warmington I use the push broom. Leave Edward Warmington in peace and make Edward Warmington continue pushing broom. The all I will know say Edward Warmington is a pig. He's a senior pig within the pig pen, and we know all the orderly system going to prison. Them one they ordered a long time and normalize. We give them certain role in the prison. Leave Everard Warmington with a push broom, Pernell Charles. I mean, if you want to be the tissue, you can, but leave him with a push broom. All right? We assigned the push broom to Everard Warmington already. We know that the pig pen need cleaning at times, but Everard Warmington have the push broom already. Leave him with it. What next do we move on to? We deal with the tourism gathering. So, on a need for direct on an issue to Pernell Charles, this is a matter of employment, wages, and working rights. Wages and working rights. It's a Pernell Charles area, not EDMUND Bartlett. EDMUND Bartlett can sit in on it. He can have important say in this high delegation altercation. But it's really Pernell Charles on a need for talk to. Oh, thank you. I don't gift him. Thank you, Kathy, my gifter on thank you for the rose. Oh, thank you. Hey. No, sir, TikTok look pretty over here tonight. Anybody else want to get into the glorification of it? Remember, some of you used to over TikTok, you know. We just enjoy how it go over here. So, even though no know, so the whole of the puppy them belong to the same dog, there's particular puppy will suck on particular breast. So this your puppy here, a Pernell Charles on to go after. All right? Pernell Charles. Pernell Charles. Who else do we have? Jamaica, let me ask you the question. Because we not take up Canada nuclear, we not take up Samoa, we not take up Batty by from Canada and all of that. Might as well them send Diddy come reside, we don't know out there. But what is Jamaica's view on BRICS? Does Jamaica think we need a relationship or closer ties with BRICS. Because everybody head to BRICS now, you know. Because everybody says the Western economy is tapping down. And Western countries who walk around and hail, oh, hail, oh, hail. We are democracy. We respect free speech and all of those malarkeys. These Western countries are now becoming dictatorship. They're becoming oppressors. They're becoming Nazi governments. What is Jamaica's view on BRICS? Does Jamaican think our country, and I'm not talking to our leader now, I'm talking to the people of Jamaica. Do you think we should have a relationship with BRICS, the unstoppable one? How are you? The new economic order, the new economic stride and development is moving towards a global South BRICS economy rather than the high class Western galangin where we have catched up in for decades and have not achieved anything despite the natural resources that have been dug out of our country. Members say, we make Britain rich, out of cane, cotton, corn, and banana, and all that Britain could thief and milk and drink out of we. We have not achieved anything or gained anything out of it. Do you, people of Jamaica, think we should continue on the Western agenda when there's other option where the Western agenda have not served us quite well till the Western agenda come tell we now if we don't need to do business, we don't have to sell with batty first. I will have to buy batty if we don't need to do business. Is that a way to do business, my people? Are we engaging in global prostitution with the West? If the West has said, we don't have to join up to buy and sell batty if you are to have this good economic deal. Ask yourself the question. More countries in the global South are heading for a connection with BRICS. We, again, the Industrial Revolution, them created out of we never make nothing out of it. The technology in the technological industrial revolution. Did you know that them use our backside in a lot of that revolution in the technological industry? We have not achieved anything other than so. Other than so. Do we need to continue on this trajectory where the Western economic system keeps sucking out with belly, keeping we impoverished, keeping we in debt? Is it time to look at other global options to come up with a solution for us? I wonder what's the People's National Party view on a BRICS alignment would be, Mark Golden. It would be interesting to hear. But then again, Mark Golden, if you speak too early, the Americans, they may plot against you winning the election with Andrew. So, hey, what a calamity. Let's move on. This was one of Nigel Clark's giveaway as well. Let's take a quick break and we'll rejoin you shortly.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to cry. You can't for me again.
What people do in no money, what they at you, in no at you. COVID money, miss away in the yellow rat you. Use the youth, them on the waste, and bust a man to statue. Say me like a catch you, but they got in a figure you. Take the spit of money, gal and say that it's not you. On the head, the man above him, him a got a bet. Too much it in the kitchen, some a fly by like a patu. When singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300% raise.
It burn me.
Garbage pile of it.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me.
I see corruption cease.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't for me again. You can't for me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't for me again. Can't for me again. You can't for me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't for me again.
Too much heat in the kitchen, they have to run well like a pot when I remember the other part when everybody on social media coming at when DJs and social media coming at you. It burned me. Nigel Clark. Nigel Clark. It burned me. I guarantee you when Carlos perform this song on a stage, I will be the first to buy that ticket. Because the political system where we live in and our political trajectory, this song is going to have constant relevancy in our politics. I can't wait to hear this pan a sound box I play. It burned me, Nigel Clark. But this is one of Nigel Clark's great departure giveaway. Is it not, Clarky? That's how we used to call our principal, Nigel, because our principal was Mrs. Clark. And we used to just call her Clarky. Hey, Clarky. Government approved 200 million grant for University of the West Indies to establish Fiscal Research Center. How them going to study, Nigel? How to hide the FinStack report? How to hide the SSL report? How to get report from Mr. McFarlane that SSL and others is about to go bust, Nigel? Push the report under the desk, Nigel. Make it grow cobweb and dust, Nigel. Fiscal Research Center. I wonder if the Fiscal Research Center, Nigel Clark, will be responsible for funding through that plethora of rubble that you gave us that you call the FinSac archives, with that hidden report to come up with some findings and recommendations from the FinSac rubble. One don't say everything is joke for Nigel Clark. One don't say everything is joke for Nigel Clark. And this year, 200 million can to them, it would have been an extra 200 million pound what them used to get establish a fiscal research center. Remember, Lord Jesus, hold me, don't make me go loose. Hold me back. Hey, hold me back this evening. Remember, Dr. Clark, you were the one who introduced fiscal prudence to Jamaica. What fiscal prudence mean, my people? Because them talk it and them expect you to understand it as something good. But what fiscal prudence is in the real world is slashing and chopping your economy. It is what is called austerity. Fiscal prudence is slashing and chopping from your economy. while at the same time, them pocketing up themselves with 300% pay rise. The Fiscal Prudence Research Center, where Nigel want bill, I mean, his fiscal prudence, all we get out of the fiscal prudence when Nigel talk about for all these years is a bunch of nothing. 300% pay rise and tight uniform police still can't buy lunch pan work. What are they going to study, Nigel? Study how Nigel destroyed the Jamaican economy? Study how Nigel and Andrew Holness destroyed Jamaica? Them a go study FinSac? Where them a go study? Fiscal Prudence or Fiscal Research Center. Nigel Clark, again, one of Nigel Clark wink and bat his eyelid. Government signed 12 million World Bank loan agreement for Kingston waterfront improvement project. What else, Nigel Clark, would you have signed us up to in this loan agreement? What World Bank or IMF policy, Nigel Clark, which will have to be enforced? Will it have to be a thing where the development of waterfront involve instituting queerism along waterfront? I'm just asking because these people will push the money going. They're pushing an agenda with the money. And me who live at Europe here, me who work and study and walk amongst them and work amongst them, knows the agenda quite well, Nigel. We in a foreign, in a North American, Canada, and you're up, we understand the agenda that come with the Western imperialist money. Them not give you money on the premise say you go pay back. No, is a diddy galang in. If you go get a contract and I get a bus, you have to drop your pants. It's just the same diddy mentality in this whole World Bank and IMF money. It's not about loan and you have to repay back your loan. You have to give up something. You have to destruct something about your economy to get loan from these people. You have to drive their policy for the World Bank and the IMF give you loan. It's a policy directive. You agree to implement their desired policy when you take the money from the devil, Nigel Clark. You take deals from the devil. So we want to know what else we have to give up to the World Bank or the IMF in order to get that $12 million loan here to fix up waterfront. We want to know if we have to baptize waterfront to get the loan. We just ask. We just want to know. We just want to know. Because we don't trust this government. Let us move on. Whoa. Man accused of murder in Mobay church ritual now wants jury trial. Andre Radok, the man accused of slashing a woman's throat rather, during a church ritual in St. James, Montego Bay, nearly 3 years ago, is seeking to change his trial format from a judge alone trial to a jury trial. He had previously agreed to the matter being decided entirely by a judge, but his attorney told the Home Circuit Court in Kingston on Tuesday that Mr. Ruddock has changed his mind. Me not have a problem with Mr. Ruddock. The lady, me not have a problem with religious people. Other than the pastor will beat the old woman, she never willfully got kneel down herself to get beaten. She object. She hold on pan her purse, and that's why them beat her. But the people them will go hand over themselves to Kevin and kneel down and say, I know that you will give me back a second life. Me no business with one of them. Sorry about that. But I know everything me I go get in. Hey, Paula Llewellyn said. And this was said 3 years ago. Kevin Simmons is entitled to due process. And we have clipped out 2 paragraphs out of the article, not leading paragraphs, 2 separate paragraphs, to remind you of Miss Llewellyn kerfuffle. But you did also see, even though a trial is pending in the Galangin, unprecedentedly, Miss Llewellyn came out and gave a posthumous ruling on Kevin Simmons after him dead, or them send him to Epstein Island, or I don't know where if they might send Diddy over there too, after them fool with us something happened with Diddy, just like how them tell us something happened to Epstein, then they send them off to Epstein Island, and we don't have nobody over there for tell us they're over them there, and them just fool with them down the pan earth anymore. But never mind, beside the point. Miss Llewellyn said, because of security concern and the right to fair trial, among other reasons, Kevin Simmons' case had to be transferred to Kingston, Llewellyn said. Because of security concern and a right to fair trial. Those are some of Paula Llewellyn's citations that it was necessary because the laws in Jamaica, the court system in Montego Bay, never adequate enough. So she went on in a further paragraph to say the due process also means because court never sit in a Montego Bay at that time, Paula Llewellyn, the party are upset me. Take time, Wayne, take time. Kevin Simmons, one of the excuses what she gave, we have to bring him before the court at the earliest possible time. And because court was not sitting in St. James, we have to invoke the criminal justice bill that will allow us to transfer the matter, she says, from one parish to another. Jesus. Whoa, says Paula Llewellyn. I wonder if this is the same Paula Llewellyn. Was she and the government never care about due process when them grew up people picnic off of the street and throw them in a container and detain them without lawyers or days in front of the court? Since Paula Llewellyn became the DPP, was Paula Llewellyn aware of Mr. Williams or whatever the man name was in a prison for 42 years without charge or trial? Paula Llewellyn. But because I don't want to analyze Kevin to hide the evidence, Kevin Simmet had to be transferred from one parish to the other because the judicial system in Western Jamaica weren't adequate enough and weren't performing enough to bring Kevin Simmet in front of the court expeditiously in order that we observe his right to fair trial and give him his due process. We cannot allow a murderous pastor to stay in cell a few days or weeks before going in front of the court. But we can certainly do that for poor people, children, can't we? They really don't matter. Nobody really think or care about them. So we can do anything we want with them. This is what Paula Llewellyn would expect us to believe. This is the prosecutor that your government has rammed through your constitution to keep. And this is the prosecutor that is at the door of the court, wallowing, holding hands with the government and the Ministry of Justice, and wallowing and say, "Oh, you can't push me out. Una system have so much corrupt politician to protect. I have to tell them that there is not enough evidence to bring a charge, or it's not in the public interest, or time has passed." Paula Llewellyn. I mean, can we all not see that we are surrounded by corrupt crooks, Jamaica? How hard it is to see that we are surrounded by corrupt crooks in our country. Wake up, Jamaica. I cannot say this enough. It's all happening around us. It's all going down around us. And you know who is not paying attention, Jamaica? We, the people. That's why Nigel Clark can take with money and piss it against grass. Nigel Clark can take with money, light maras, and just make it burn. So, just waste it, Nigel Clark. Them can take with money with tax dollar, and then can fix the place them where tourists walk and live and drive and all sort. Who really cares about you, the taxpayer, who have to buy that expensive, pay that expensive GCT and every other little tax and income and land tax? And when the government accumulate it, what the government do? Spend it amongst some private investor friends. Because if tourists now are there, so it just now get fixed. That's how the government cheat with. If tourists now are there, it now fix. Wake up, my people. Wake up. And we make them take the liberties of we. Because we just sit down and have we mouth shut plumb to everything they've done to us. If we don't wake up, we are the ones that are going to lose. You notice a politician, them don't walk with gracefully. If them have a picking, them hand over them position, give them picking. Why not think Andrew rake and crepe so? Andrew knows for him too, boy, dunce than him and Juliet, you know. Juliet not really dunce, Andrew dunce. Juliet just crooked, but Andrew really dunce. Andrew knows for him, boy, them are dunce, and they now go have the understanding for do certain things. So that's why you say Andrew rake and crepe right across the country and make sure him pack up the riches, the wealth, and the company for see him done spoil them. Because him know say, for him done speak to them now, gonna make it in a politics, you see. So that's why, and you would be surprised if when him a walk out and see it, he hand it over to one of them done son, and we have another Mayor Matt or another Mayor Dectification, or what the word did mean? The dignification, the Mayor dignification. Whether be Mayor Mats or Mayor dignification, I wouldn't be surprised if we get one of Andrew Dunt's Bacawal picnic. Anyway, thank you all for being here tonight on the People's Point of View. I hope I did not confuse you with any of my rant or gibberish. But ask Jamaica, why do we need nuclear energy? When God Almighty shines sun in a Jamaica at night, rain fall there, breeze blow there, we have the most rivers and waterfall. Why do we need nuclear? Why do we need nuclear? Which would be cheaper to implement, nuclear or solar? Ask yourself the question, Jamaica. Which would save more money in the pocket of the people of Jamaica? Ask yourself, nuclear or solar? Nuclear or solar? That's the question you should be asking your leaders, your MPs. Which is more economically prudent? Which is better for the country in the long term, financially and environmentally? Ask yourself the question, Jamaica, and ask your MPs. Thank you for being here with us tonight on the Global Television Group. Glad to have your support as always. Continue to like and share, whether it be on TikTok, Facebook, or YouTube, whichever platform you are joining in from. Thank you very much, and good night from the Global Television Group.